Now, what are these isolation amplifiers? Isolation amplifiers, as the name itself says, isolation between different stages of the circuit. These isolation amplifiers help in isolating the different voltages and currents. And this isolation helps in minimizing the leakage currents as well. Now, how exactly this happens? You can see here, there are different ways they can be represented. Here, a simple circuit. See, this here actually they have used the amplifier notation just to say that it is an amplifier, but actually it is not amplifying the signals. It is basically separating the two blocks of the circuit. By introducing this in the circuit, you can separate the two different units or sections of a circuit. In digital, you have come across buffers. Buffers basically what they do, they transmit the signals from one end to another end without amplifying, without doing any alteration to the nature. They are just transferring from one to another. And for some time, they store the whatever is the data. If it is a register, they store the data. If it is a clock, they maintain it at the same level. So like that, these are basically isolating two different sections. Only thing here, the op-amp circuits are used because they improve the impedance characteristics of the circuit. Now, what I mean by impedance characteristics is the input impedance for any device should be very high and output impedance should be low to avoid the loading in the circuit, to avoid the current, more current to be drawn into the device. Instead of that, it should be given to a proper network where the amplification is required. So under such cases, these basically the isolation amplifiers simply wait and transfer the input from one end to another end with the proper impedance matching. If proper impedance matching is done, high voltages can be made to drop at the input terminals and low currents can be drawn into the device. High voltages, by allowing them to be dropped across the input terminals, as it is you are helping in amplification, plus low currents are drawn into the device. By this, you are minimizing the loading effects. So in both the cases, you are helping the amplification. That is what is the requirement of any amplifier. Isolation amplifiers are also no different. Only thing the gains are not high. So an isolation amplifier is an amplifier that offers an ohmic isolation between its input and output terminals. So what is this ohmic isolation? Ohmic isolation is basically the power dissipation or the voltage drop is not happening in the device. So by ohmic isolation means the impedances are properly going to be matched as per the requirement. That means the input impedance is maintained very, very high so that no voltage drops into the or across the device and no current is drawn into the device. It is given for exclusively for the amplification purpose. So this isolation must have low leakage and a high dielectric breakdown voltage. That is high resistance and low capacity. So this is the requirement, and symbolic representation of isolation amplifiers is somewhat like this. See here, this and this, there is a break. So isolation is happening. Here you can see three-way break. So here three parts are connected or used. So it is like two terminal amplifier, three terminal amplifier where one reference voltage is connected. So for different applications where the grounding or reference voltages are required, under such cases this six terminal isolation amplifiers are used. Otherwise, four terminal isolation amplifiers where the grounding is common and input and output are given like this in the regular fashion how we do it in case of op-amp amplifiers. So in isolation amplifiers, there is no ohmic continuity from the input reference terminal. When you don't want any ohmic continuity, what is the basic requirement? The impedance should be very, very high so that there is no direct continuity. So reference terminal to the output reference terminal. This output reference terminal can be either a common potential point or a common ground. This is what is shown here. Either a common reference point or a common ground. Even in this case, you can see here. So between this and this terminal, there should not be continuity. Again, between this terminal and this terminal, there should not be any continuity. Inside, there should not be any common resistance to be connected here. Separately, these two units are isolated. So the input common is also independent of the reference terminal of the power supply. Now here you can see these reference terminals are not the common grounds. They are kept separate. For this unit, separate ground. For this unit, separate ground. That is what in the third case what we saw. Two grounds they are separate and the inductor and resistors are connected separately. So one can come here, the other one can come here. So whatever is the reference voltage existing between them, that can be taken care of in the final unit. So basically isolation amplifiers totally isolate two blocks or two units of a same circuit. In some cases, the power supply is also independent from the output common. So in the second diagram, here you can see the isolation part. See here you can see the reference voltages which are used 0 volt and plus and minus. These voltage terminals are also separate. So in transistor amplifiers, we use a common source for VBE and VCE junctions. Such ones are also not allowed when you are using isolation amplifiers, because there may be some leakage currents flowing through the device which may affect the performance of the entire sensor system, because here the voltage levels are micro level, microvolt level. All these considerations play a very important role, and all these are not applied to all the circuits. Keep this in mind. Depending upon the requirement and what type of measurement is involved and what voltage levels are involved, whether they are voltage measurement type or current measurement type, depending upon these factors, all these units are finalized. If it is a voltage measurement type, then the impedance matching factor has to be taken of primary importance, and the common grounding connections what we saw in the previous the recap, those have to be finalized. If it is of the current type, then you require more current there, then the resistances or the ohmic resistors which are present plus the capacitive couplings if they are there, they have to be taken care of. There should not be any blockage due to presence of the capacitors. Under such cases, the shielding and all, they play a very important role. In the next unit, we will be studying these things in detail. Current to voltage conversion, voltage to current conversion as per the requirement. Because our sensors are going to be different and some of them may sense the voltage, some of them may sense the current. And current to voltage or voltage to conversion is a regular feature in all the sensor systems. So which one you are using, accordingly, this shielding, grounding, and isolation amplifiers have to be decided. So these components are going to be finalized on the type of measurement and the range of measurement. So in some cases, the power supply is also independent from the common output. Signal and power supply are magnetically coupled from one part to another part by transformers with low interwinding capacitance. Now, what exactly is the meaning of this? In some cases where you need to use the coils, under such cases, when you are using coils, there is a possibility of magnetic effect, there is a possibility of resistance involved, there is a possibility of even the capacitance which is present between the two windings of the, or even the interwindings of the coil. Between one winding and another winding also there is a capacitance. So these all, if such capacitors are there, naturally with the number of windings or the number of turns, interwinding is nothing but the number of turns, the capacitance is going to get increased. As a result, the total capacitance, suppose there are 100 turns, then definitely 99 capacitors are going to be formed there. So these 99 small capacitors are going to have some capacitive effect on the next stage. That is as good as coupling through a capacitance it is. So under such cases, these capacitors have to be shielded. What we saw in the previous case, they have to be shielded and maintained with a common reference. So entire coil winding has to be kept in the another conductor shield, and this conductor outer shield has to be maintained at ground or reference potential so that this capacitive effect can be minimized, because the current which is flowing in them is made to flow in one direction, and whenever the winding comes, the second turn, it is will be in the opposite direction. The first one will be, you can imagine here, the windings, one top to bottom, when you are winding it, one goes up, one goes down. So those two which are appearing adjacent to one another, they will be carrying the currents in the opposite direction. So under such cases, these windings, if you make use of the twisted pair cables, by twisting the cables, such effects can be nullified. The mutual inductance or the mutually induced EMF which is getting produced in these coils, by making use of the twisted pair cables, you can reduce them. By shielding them, the capacitance effect can be minimized. So signal can also be coupled by optocouplers or series capacitors. Now these optocouplers are basically very useful couplers, or you can call them, instead of calling them optocouplers, they are opto isolators, where 100% isolation is possible by making use of two-way or three-way couplers. So they are not like our electrical couplers, where the crosstalk still exists. The isolation is not 100%. But here, by passing several proper wavelength or modes of the optical signal, we can isolate the signals 100%. And crosstalk can be reduced to 0%. So opto-isolators or opto-couplers are very useful devices in case of the current fiber communication, whatever is happening, even our data network which comes through our fibers. In all these, the isolation is very good. Because of this, the bandwidth also increases, plus the quality of the signal transmitted also is more. Even in sensors, These optocouplers are being used wherever the optical sensing technique is being used. Now the series capacitors. So these capacitors earlier also in shielding we have seen how exactly the coupling capacitors help in reducing the or isolating the ohmic resistance by maintaining some good dielectric between the conductors. You can maintain the ohmic isolation. A modulated carrier is used through the isolation barrier in order to improve linearity. Now modulated carrier means all of us know what is modulation. On a specific carrier, if the signals are transmitted, the other signals which are nearby to this information signal, which is modulated, automatically they get cancelled. Automatically they don't reach the output end because it is modulated, and only the modulated signal with the respective frequency band only is going to be reaching the output end, not the other signals which are interfering, which are nearby frequencies which are interfering the measurement. They are going to be isolated. This happens only in case of the AC measurements. Now, how exactly these isolation amplifiers help? Now, here, whenever you come across these op-amp related amplifier circuits, we have studied common mode rejection ratio, how exactly the common mode signals can be rejected. Similarly, here when the isolation amplifiers are used, there is one more factor, that is isolation mode rejection ratio. Now this isolation mode rejection ratio is similar to your common mode rejection ratio, where the isolation signals how much the isolation is happening. So that measurement is indicated by IMRR ratio. So how it is defined? The ability for rejecting those voltages appearing between the input common and the other common terminals, input common and the other common terminals, is quantified by this IMRR. So basically the common mode signals, wherever they are appearing through the same connections. Imagine a simple 3-loop network, simple resistors where they are connected. How many commons we have? All the 3 down connections are grounded. So they are going to be common for all. So these, if you want to isolate them with the upper circuit, then all of them are going to be receiving the same signal, which is nothing but the ground. If there is maintained there, then how much is the difference between those common grounds? That gives you, actually, ideally they should be at the same potential. There should not be any difference in the potential. But if there exists some potential, they are nothing but the common mode points only, but there is a difference occurring. So this gives an indication of how much the isolation is happening there. And the measurement, what we do between the input common and the other common terminals, it's a ratio, is called as IMRR. So the IMRR is usually expressed in decibels. Always all these ratios are expressed in decibels. And it decreases at the rate of 20 dB per decade, starting from a very high value of 160 dB at 1 Hertz. That means with frequency, this goes on decreasing. So IMRR decreases with increase in frequency. From 1 Hertz to higher frequencies, it decreases at the rate of 20 dB per decade. So an isolation amplifier is not an op-amp, a differential amplifier or an instrumentation amplifier. In fact, there are IC models actually isolation amplifiers only you get. How we have the sensor ICs, how we have different variants of op-amp, like the LM series or OA series. Similarly, our diodes or transistors, we have different series, right? 2N, 1N. So like that, here also you have series of isolation amplifiers available. So I will give you the numbers written here somewhere. You get good number of isolation amplifiers. And depending upon the requirement, and different variants are also available. So you will be able to use them as per your requirement, 2 terminal, 4 terminal, 6 terminal, like that. And if you want to isolate the reference voltages, how, if you want to isolate the input and output terminals, what type. So you have series of isolation amplifiers available. You can use them as per the requirement. So this is regarding isolation amplifiers. And this completes the theory of your